Good morning, everyone. I'm Commissioner Dwight Keene. I'm joined this morning by Commissioner Susan Duffy. At this time, I will call to order this meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission on this 9th day of November, 2021. First up for our consideration this morning are 27 items on the consent agenda. Commissioner Duffy, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of these matters? You're muted.
There we go. How's that?
Better, thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner Keene. I have no questions or comments, and I move the adoption of the consent agenda.
And I'll second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The consent agenda is approved. Next, we have several noticed items up for our consideration. The first of which is docket number 16-GIMT-575-GIT. This is in the matter of a general investigation to address issues concerning the Kansas Lifeline Service Program. Before us this morning is an order on the KLSP rules regarding customer enrollment and recertification. And our presenter is our General Counsel, Brian Fedottin. Good morning, Mr. Fedottin.
Sorry. Good morning, Commissioners. On October 11th, staff filed a report and recommendation recommending several modifications to the Kansas Lifeline program as a result of the FCC's decision to transition the federal program away from supporting pure voice service and towards broadband. On October 21st, CenturyLink filed a response to staff's report and recommendation, claiming staff's proposal to shift subscriber verification and eligibility procedures from the FCC to Lifeline providers raised significant logistic, privacy, and legal issues which need to be fully vetted. CenturyLink recommended exploring other alternatives, including eliminating the Kansas Lifeline program entirely or converting it to a voice broadband support initiative so federal NLAD could continue to be utilized. CenturyLink also suggested a briefing schedule to address legal issues in this docket. On November 5th, the FCC issued an order extending the timeline for eliminating support for the voice minimum service from December 1st of 2021 to December 1st, 2022. This one-year extension is designed to give the FCC time to evaluate whether longer-term modifications to the Lifeline program are warranted. Since the FCC continues to review and analyze the federal program and its policies, the Commission believes it's premature to do a briefing schedule to address the Kansas program as CenturyLink requested. The Commission finds staff's recommendations to be reasonable and adopts them. Staff is directed to continue monitoring the FCC actions that may impact the Kansas program and to coordinate with SRS regarding the automatic enrollment process outlined in KSA 66-2006. With that, I'm available for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Fedottin. Commissioner Duffy, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this docket or order?
I do have a comment. I would like to put an exclamation point on the fact that we now have an additional year to visit with our partners and first of all, recognize that SRS is now the Department of Children and Families, but for staff to continue to work with our partners in the social service area to ensure that when we are at this point next year, that we have had sufficient time and conversation to on this issue. With that, I do move approval of this order.
Thank you, Commissioner Duffy. And I will second. Any further comments? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The order is approved.
Thank you.
The next, thank you, Brian. The next item up on our noticed agenda is docket number 21-EKME-081-COM. It's in the matter of a complaint against Evergy by Scott Worthy, and we have an order on the formal complaint. Our presenter this morning is Assistant General Counsel David Cohen. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Commissioner Keen. On June 23rd, 2020, a cross arm broke on a 34.5 kV line owned by Evergy Metro, causing the line to fall into a 12.47 kV line below, causing a power surge that damaged several items in Scott Worthy's home. On August 7th, 2020, Worthy submitted a formal complaint against Evergy Metro, alleging Evergy was grossly negligent in maintenance of its power pole arms. On October 5th, Evergy filed a motion to dismiss, alleging that none of Worthy's accusations amounted to a violation of any law or tariff, and alleging the damage to the pole was caused by lightning and high winds. Evergy points out that according to commission-approved tariffs, the finding of gross negligence or willful misconduct is required to assign any liability to Evergy. On October 5th, Worthy responded with weather data showing no inclement weather in the previous 2 weeks before the incident. On July 30th, staff filed its report and recommendation. Staff contends that there was not enough evidence to make a finding of gross negligence or willful misconduct. Staff recommended the complaint be dismissed. However, while investigating the complaint, staff drove along a 12-mile stretch of Evergy Metro's territory and found multiple issues of poles in need of repair. Because of the potential danger to life and property, staff recommended that Evergy Metro and Evergy Central be ordered to inspect all of their 34.5 kV lines. On August 30th, Evergy Metro responded agreeing to inspect all of its 34.5 kV lines, double circuit lines, by pointing out that Evergy Central is a separate corporate entity and it would be inappropriate to make them a subject to an order where they are not a named party in the docket. The proposed order in front of you would order Evergy Metro. Sorry, I got off. The order agrees with Evergy Metro that it would be inappropriate to order Evergy Central in this docket, noting the commonalities between Evergy Metro and Evergy Central. It states a separate docket will be open to address it. The order denies Worthy's complaints and orders Evergy Metro to inspect all of its 34.5 kV double circuit lines and file a report with staff within 6 months. And I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, David. That's a pretty good summary. I appreciate that. Commissioner Duffy, any questions, comments, or concerns?
Commissioner Keen, I do concur. It was an excellent summary. I think the order speaks for itself. I do look forward to the introduction of our next order on this issue. With that, I move approval of the order.
Thank you, Commissioner Duffy. And I will second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor of this order signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The order is approved. The next matter on our noticed agenda is docket number 22-EKCE-195-SHO. This is a matter of Evergy Kansas Central to show cause why it should not inspect all of its 34.5 kV double circuit lines. And before us this morning is an order to show cause. And as Commissioner Duffy indicated, there is some relationship between the prior order and this order. And for that explanation, we'll turn to Assistant General Counsel David Cohen. David?
Thank you, Commissioner. This order is related to the previous one. This one gives Evergy Central 30 days to show cause why it should not also have to inspect its 34.5 kV lines, given the commonalities between the two companies.
All right. Commissioner Duffy, any questions, comments, or concerns about this particular docket or order?
I have none, and I move approval of this order.
And I will second that. Any further discussion? I would simply add parenthetically, by way of discussion, very briefly, that yes, there is a relationship between this and the prior docket. And I think what we're seeking to do here is to provide consistency in terms of the application of our concerns about these kinds of lines to all components, various components of within Evergy, and in this particular case, Evergy, Kansas Central. Is that a fair summary, David?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The order is approved. The next matter on our noticed agenda is docket number 21-EPDE-471-TAR. This is in the matter of the application of Empire District Company, a Liberty Utilities company, for the annual 2021 transmission delivery charge rider. Before us, we have an order acknowledging the effective date of the transmission delivery charge and adopting the staff's report and recommendation. Our presenter this morning is Carly Massenthal. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning, commissioners. The order before you today will grant Liberty Empire's revised transmission delivery charge, or TDC, revenue amount of $3,212,052. This represents an approximately $108,000 increase compared to Liberty Empire's last TDC filing. Liberty Empire is authorized by KSA 66-1237A to recover costs associated with transmission of electric power through a separate transmission delivery charge included in customer bills. Staff performed an audit and determined Liberty Empire's TDC filing accurately reflects the nature of the costs it incurs on behalf of its retail customers to provide transmission service, and requests the Commission approve Liberty Empire's TDC revenue amount. If approved, the revised TDC would increase an average residential monthly customer bill by 59 cents. The Commission initially issued an order approving Liberty Empire's TDC on a subject to refund basis. Because staff has determined there were no errors in the filing, staff recommends no refunds be issued in this case and the TDC continue to be charged to customers. And with that, I am available for questions.
Thank you, Carly. Commissioner Duffy, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this particular docket or order?
No comments, and I move approval of the order.
Thank you. And I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The order is approved. The final matter on our notice agenda items this morning is docket number 22-CONS-3194-CPEN. This is in the matter of the failure of Donna Ferris, DBA Ferris Well Service as operator, to comply with KAR 82-3-120 and KAR 82-3-133 by operating under a suspended license. Before us this morning is a shut-in order affecting Donna Ferris, DBA Ferris Well Service. And our presenter this morning is Tristan Kimbrough. Good morning, Tristan.
Morning, thank you. Before you is a pending order for Donna Ferris doing business as Ferris Well Service, which continued to perform oil and gas activities after being suspended for non-compliance with the Commission's order in docket 22-CONS-3094-CPEN. This order assesses a $10,000 penalty and directs Commission staff to seal all oil and gas operations of the operator. With that, I would recommend approval of the order, and I am available for any questions.
Thank you. Commissioner Duffy, any questions, comments, or concerns?
My comment is a $10,000 fine is rare. But after staff's diligent work on this particular issue, we believe that this is the best recourse to require the shut-in and the fine as well. And with that, I move approval of the order.
Thank you, Commissioner Duffy. And I would second that and add a few comments as well. First of all, I subscribe to all the comments that I echo all those comments that Commissioner Duffy just reviewed. Tristan, I believe, if I'm correct, this order emanates from activities in the District 1 region. Am I
Yes.
correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Yes. I really want to commend, again, the District 1 field staff. In this particular instance, I believe the ECRS tech is Ken Jellick, who is one of our most senior field techs within our entire field staff. He's a consummate professional in all respects. I have enormous respect for him. I think that given the breadth of the territory in Southwest Kansas that he covers, I think it's quite commendable that he demonstrates, obviously, a high level of professionalism and diligence by following through on this order and by discovering what was the conduct that gives rise to the penalty. I agree with Commissioner Duffy completely. This is a serious violation. I think the penalty is indicative of that and appropriate. With that, any further comments? Hearing none, I will call all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The order is adopted. I believe we've come to the end of our agenda here as I see it. Commissioner Duffy, do you have anything else that you would like to bring before this meeting of the Corporation Commission?
No, I don't. And with that, I move that we adjourn.
Very well, I would second that. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. My thanks to all of our attorneys and all of those for helping this morning. Take care, everyone.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.